Welcome to Reflections and Conversations with Sandra. So happy to have you back with me, and today talking about bargains. I was just speaking with Noah, and we were doing a little, proposals, a little bit of work about, and then he said, "So do you think you'd like to be working with me?" I said, "Absolutely, but I have no idea what the charge is. What is the cost?" And I kind of hate when they ask that because you'd like to work with them. But you can just hear the bargaining coming. And if there's no bargaining, oh man. So it made me wonder about how often do you go bargaining? Do you go bargain hunting? I mean, if you go into a thrift store, not too much bargaining can be done there. But if you go to a yard sale, you can bargain away. And I remember my first trips down in the Caribbean where I was informed, really, it's all a game and they're going to want to charge you at least twice what they would charge the locals, at least, maybe 3 times. And so you must do the bargaining. What a challenge that was. It was to look at as a game and then to look at some of the people that have nothing. So I finally started to look a little bit more of this whole game of bargaining, knowing when somebody knows how to bargain and they really are seeing you come as a tourist, and ones that have their wares and they just need to make something for the day's work. With that, when I came home from my first trip, I got thinking about that and I thought, I don't like that. I didn't know how to discern. So I think I bargained in places where I wouldn't want to bargain next time. I want to be more fair. And yet to be fair, you have to know, are they going to be disappointed without the game of bargaining? Now I can remember a time when my girlfriend was in a car accident and she very quickly bargained with God. God, you saved me from this car accident. You saved me and I'll be going to church and I'll be doing good works. That's bargaining. That was my friend. Changed her life. And from that day on, she kept her promise. But how many times have we done a bargaining and then when we're out of the hot soup? Oh, well, thank you. That was a close call. Thanks, God. Yeah, I'll call on you again next time in trouble. And this isn't about religion. This is about understanding what we're doing with our minds and with our thoughts. Or sometimes we might be able to say our thoughtlessness when we're not thinking about what we're saying. There's a game to bargaining, but there's also a commitment. If you're going to bargain, then you better stick with your commitment, right? And how does it feel when the wheels are turned the other way and people are coming at you asking you for a bargain? Wow, that is tough because it's really hard to hold your own. For somebody like me, it's hard to say, but this is the bottom line. This is it. Okay, take it away. You can have it. Have you ever had that happen? And there's such a balance that has to occur when it comes to that bargaining, because when the real bargaining comes, you're going to be bargaining with your own. Let me say that again. You will be bargaining with your own life. You'll be bargaining for your own happiness, for your own peace of mind, and for your own life that you say you want, but you haven't got that leap of faith, that faith that says, I can be that. I'll just start behaving that and start doing the things to go there. When you start to bargain with life for your own life, everything will shift, but only if you pay attention. And with that, with life having its own way of getting in our way and being flexible and all of that, I want to read this poem, and I am going to read it. Remember, it's called My Wage. I always knew it as I bargained with life for a penny. This is by Jessie Rittenhouse. My wage. Think about my wage as my life, the dreams that I have. Think about it that way as I read this to you. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have paid. I'm leaving that in the article that's written because I think it's going to be really important that you go back and look at that bargaining that we do with life. We can complain, oh, we're working at Walmart, it's just minimum pay. Well, I'm worth so much more. We can argue and argue and argue, and all that's going to do is get ourselves all muddled up in our head, when we really have to be able to step out from that, look at reality, be grateful for what we have, and don't say when. Don't bargain that, well, when I get that, I'll be happy. You better learn to be happy now. You might never get to that. We could be dead tomorrow. Be happy now and strive for tomorrow. I'll read it one more time. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must do the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have paid. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Just consider how everything we do in life has its own lesson. You have to know what you want. You have to figure that out. You have to focus and hold it and know that you're worthy. You have to bargain for what it is you needed. Remember, every lesson, every day has its lessons. Every lesson has its day. And we need to move forward. That's the clarity. If you want to get clarity and start moving forward, that's the work that has to be done. I'm Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. You can do it. You can do the work. And I can help. Let's get together.